All right, HBCU Legends fans, I'm Kyle T. Mosley here with the HBCU Legends podcast, and we have a very, very special guest with us today. Um, Guys, I think you may know this young man because last season, after Coach Barlow left the program and headed to Tennessee State, this young man took over the DC Defenders position as the interim head coach, but he parlayed that into becoming the head coach after stringing off a winning season. But not only that, he became the UFL Coach of the Year, but he didn't stop there. He took the Defenders to the championship game and they became the UFL champions. None other than Coach Shannon Harris is with us today. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
Hey man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I'm doing wonderful, and thanks for the intro. And man, I tell you, God is amazing, and I'm very grateful to be here once again.
Yeah, definitely. I was rooting for you big time, man. And I got to state this because directly after Coach Barlow left the Defenders and took over at Tennessee State, I asked him about you, and he said he had nothing but the utmost confidence in your ability, and he was right.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you, man, Coach Barlow, I owe so much to him. I'm in forever debt with him, and to be a part of his staffs in at two other stops before being here at DC, and to have a lot of tutelage underneath him, and he's kind of helped me along the way prepare myself for being a head coach, and I owe a lot of credit to him and everything that he's taught me from that standpoint, man. And yeah, Coach Barlow, man, I'm forever grateful for him.
Yeah. Well, Coach Barlow is a really cool guy, and for
Yeah.
that first season, you guys went to the championship game in San Antonio, and I was right there talking to him right before the game.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, man, this would be so cool to have Barlow being HBCU blood to be able to come in and take over and win that game all outright, but fell a little short. But to
Hmm.
have you to do it in your first season and just it was just really very rewarding, especially the fans of HBCUs, being able to make sure that you having that HBCU blood from Tennessee State became that first head coach of the UFL in that sense to be able to do the job. Thank you
Hmm.
so much.
No, we appreciate it. And like Coach have done, throughout his entire career of being a head coach, he's always, surrounded himself with great people. And that's the one thing that I've taken from him, as well as make sure you surround yourself with the right people and have good, great people around you, and then have great players, at the same time, man. And we have a lot of guys, on our staff now that's HBCU grads and have coached a lot in HBCU. So, a lot of this stuff is not just about me or us, but it's for all the other HBCU alums and coaches that's out there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about Aldi West before we go any further. You mean you guys just kind of took over that stadium and made it your own, but talk about the significance of Aldi West.
Yeah, when we have played out there and had a lot of success, man, we do a good job when we've gone out there and playing out there in that building, and to have our quarterback Jordan Tom, who have played there before, very familiar with the stadium, with the dome itself, and then with that crowd. To have our leader, our trigger man, to be comfortable in that building, and that can get everyone else lined up and put them in the right place. That makes it much easier as well. So, and then we got a lot of guys too, man, that have played a lot of championship football that's on our roster, and from a player standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, so and heck, even from a support standpoint. So, everyone go in there feeling very comfortable. And but again, that team is really good. They're well coached every year. Now that Coach Pro is there, he's made a lot of highlights in that building. So we had the utmost respect for him into that football program and the players there. And we have our work cut out for us. we'll be fooling ourselves to think that we can go in there and think it's going to be easy. That's for sure. So the
Yeah.
way we prepare each day is going to help us go back in there and be comfortable. So we know we got this huge bulls on our back right now, man. So we got to take each day and approach it, the way we need to approach it with attention to detail, and make sure we come out there and work hard every day and give great effort and give our best shot at practice every day, man, because it's going to be tough to go back there this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think when it comes to, I've listened to a number of championship coaches, they always say you go from the hunter to now you're the hunted.
Mhm.
Is that how you guys feel?
No, we still the hunter. That's for sure. That's the same mindset. We don't feel like we're being hunted at all, but we just know that that target is on our back. But we still having that same mindset that we are the hunter, not being hunted. So, yeah, what people may say they hunting us, but now we hunting them back. So, so no, we're gonna keep that same approach. We're gonna stay aggressive from that mindset and take each day, the way we need to take it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, that's great to know because in year two, a lot of times coaches try to change their model of success, so to speak. Uh, are you going to implement anything different than what you did in the first season?
Yeah, not really implement a lot of differences, but we know we have to still make sure that there are some different things that we'll have to, especially now with some of the new rules, right? There we're gonna have to kind of structure our practice based off that a little bit more too with some of these new rules. But the mindset of it all is going to remain the same, and how we approach each day of practice. But throughout the course of practice, we have every situation thought out, drawn out for each practice. And now with some of the new rules, there'll be some things that we'll do a little different in practice, okay, based off the rules, and make sure our players understand. Because the worst thing that we can do is go on the field and not understanding what rules are once we take the field. So we're gonna make sure we have good awareness of our situation in practice every day.
Some of the new rules, I know the UFL made their announcement, no tush pushing and all this other stuff. But what are, I guess, one or two of the rules that you will feel are very significant that may change how you guys play the game?
Well, I mean, the one is, once you cross that 50, there's no punting, right? So from an analytical standpoint, and that's been a big thing in the NFL and college football today. Analytics is huge, and a lot of going forward on fourth down once you cross that area. So that's one big thing. Of course, we've gone back to the NFL traditional extra point, to where we would go for one and it'll be on the 2 yard line, and you go for three, two from the 5 yard line, and go for three from the 10. So now we have a traditional extra point that we would kick going forward, and then to go for two, it'll be on the 3 yard line, and then to go for three will be from the 8 yard line now. So
Wow.
that's some of the new rule changes there. And then from a kickoff standpoint, a few subtle changes from the kickoff and kickoff return, a few subtle changes there. So we'll adjust to those things and adapt to them. And again, we put all these things in our practice emphasis, and yeah, so we'll be ready to go from there.
Do you think some of the rules that have been or will be adopted this season are for the fans' sake to be more challenging, more exciting as well?
Yeah, I do believe that, and I think with some of these new rule changes, I mean, even with the you know, it's got the things where we have a 4 point field goal, right?
Yeah,
You're down at the end of the game, and 15 seconds left is late, and you're down 3 point. Do you go for the win, or do you try to get more yards and go for the tie? And that's 4 point field goals, 60+ yard field goals, right? Anything
yeah.
60 or more. So strategically, you have to plan that out and do all those things as well. And I think from a fan standpoint, it'll be enjoyable. I know we got some mixed views on a lot of these things, but I promise you, man, every year with our rules, they've been exciting and everyone loved them. I mean, even with the tush push, that's something that the NFL has been battling, of course, as well. And for us,
Right.
we just decided to ban it across the board. I think it's safe for sure now, based off how things are, man. And it's hard to officiate, but a lot of awkward positions that our O linemen and defensive linemen are put in, and even quarterbacks now, and that's the one position to where you want to, where rules have protected the most from a
Right.
quarterback perspective. But those guys get caught up in there, man, and being pushed and pulled in all type of different directions. So now I think it helps make the game much cleaner and safer as well. And so I think we'll benefit from it a lot. It'll be interesting to see once again, like even with our kickoff rules and kickoff return rules, how the NFL took it over as well and adopted it. So I think there'll be some of those things that they'll take from us again this year.
Yeah. Um, I think from the old XFL to now the UFL, the NFL suddenly looked peaked from outside and, oh, we're going to change it this way and this way. But yeah,
Yeah,
you guys have been trendsetters a lot of times. So that's really
yeah,
good. Speaking of trendsetters, Tennessee State, great program over there. I think it's your alma mater, those Tigers at
that's right.
Tennessee
That's
State.
right. The real TSU, man.
You see, I have that TSU helmet
Yeah,
back
that's
here, right? Because I'm here in Houston and I
That's
do
right.
cover the Texas Southern Tigers as well. But people forget you have a lot of HBCU blood, not only coaching at Tennessee State, but Alcorn State and Virginia State as well. Talk about that preparation being from an HBCU that has gotten you to where you are today.
Yeah, I tell you, man. There's a lot of great coaches that's in HBCUs now. Like you said, I mean, I was at Alcorn State. I've been at Virginia State with Coach Barlow. I was at Alabama State with Coach Barlow before too, as well. And also coaching at Tennessee State. I've been at Hampton before. So to be able to coach in HBCU football, you learn that there's a lot of great talent that just need to get polished up a lot and get detailed up. And then, but from a coaching standpoint, there's so many great coaches in HBCU football that take these kids who not as talented as you get to the Power Four, Power Five schools, and these kids are not as polished or not as talented, right? But then you see how these coaches continue to help groom these kids from high school to college and to develop their talents. And so to be able to do that, that takes a special coach to do that, because they're not always ready made. And then when you see these guys, even at HBCUs, going to the next level into the NFL, these guys stick a good bit too now. So, yeah, I mean, these guys do such a great job in coaching. I mean, I mean, South Carolina State, man, Berry over there doing a great job. My man, down Cedric Thomas down at Alcorn State,
Yeah.
TC Taylor at Jackson State, man. The list go on and on, even over at Gremlin. Their head coach there, man, the things that he's doing and his brothers, the DC for the Broncos, man, and
Yeah. Vance
so
Joseph.
many,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Joseph, yeah. So many of these guys, man, I'm leaving off names, I know, but even with Coach Barlow himself, he's been doing it for such a long time. I mean, Coach Buckley down there, Coach Buckley down there at Valley now, a
Right.
guy who's
Right.
been playing long term in the NFL. These guys do such a great job, man, of being detail oriented with these kids, and to see these guys in these kids develop the way they need to develop, and then to have me here now to continue to coach here in the professional league. I mean, shout out to our guy that with the Seattle Seahawks this past year, man, Leslie Frazier,
Frazier. Yeah. Alcorn
Alcorn
State.
State guy, man. So
Yes.
to win the Super Bowl this past season, so many great guys have come out of HBCUs and to have coached and to have played or what have you. I mean, a lot of the shouts out to those guys, man, and a lot of those hard teaching for me, I've learned from them, So I'm grateful for all those guys for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Willie
Definitely.
Simmons, the things he's done. Now he's at FIU, the program that he brought down there at FIU. Another great mind, great coach, Charles Huff, who's at Memphis now. HBCU guy who came through HBCU coaching and all that stuff, man. So I mean, the list go on and on for so many of these guys.
Yeah, especially when Jerry Mack he took over that program
Oh
and what
man,
they were
Jerry,
able to
yeah,
do,
how can I
right?
leave him off that list? Jerry Mack, man, for what he did at North Carolina Central, and then to go other places, and then go to Kennesaw State in 1 year to do what he did. I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable.
You just spoke about a lot of talented head coaches, right? And we got Tremaine Jackson here at Prairie View, up the
Yes,
road on 290.
yes, yes, yes.
But when you think about the HBCU Legacy Bowl that just occurred this past week with Doug and James Shack Harris being responsible for getting that thing off the ground, and now it's 5 years under their books. We still have the challenge of NFL and other professional leagues not really taking our kids from HBCUs very seriously in drafting them. But they have been giving them more opportunities over the past couple of seasons, putting them on the rosters for the practice squads or even the training camps. What are your thoughts there? Is that by design to be able to just have them as restricted or free agents, or is it that you believe that the talent is being overlooked, or we just need to do a little bit more cooking when it comes to developing the players?
Yeah, that's a great question there, man. That's a really good question, and I think over the time of HBCUs, back in the late '70s and things like that, and on up through the '80s. I mean, the plethora of talent when you talk about from Grambling, from Southern, from Tennessee State, of all these HBCUs, FAMU, for
Jackson
just you
State.
can go Jackson State, man,
Yeah.
and you can go on and on with all these schools. South Carolina State, even now they're still in. One of their players was just in the East West Shrine Bowl game this year. So you still
Yeah.
have
Mr.
that,
Washington.
that's
Yeah.
going on. Yeah, that these guys are coming out and still showcasing their talents. I just think we just got to continue to, broadcast these guys, and make sure that we're giving them the attention that they need uh, to help them create more value for themselves. But now, when you think about the guys that not going into the NFL, that's where the UFL come in. And for us, we have brought a lot of the HBCU guys in. I mean, we got two guys on our team now on our roster. We talk about Chris Rowland was one of those guys that's in our league too as well from Tennessee State.
Outstanding player.
Yeah, Chris Blair was one of our receivers in 2023. He's
Yes.
been with the
Yes.
Falcons the last 3 seasons. So I tell you, that's where our league come in at, man, in the UFL, to give these guys an opportunity that doesn't get that chance to go into the NFL. They come here, create value for themselves, and then they get back into the NFL or get that shot to get to the NFL. So that's the uniqueness for the UFL, man, and for coaches and players, not just for coaches and players, but for support staff and everyone that's involved. So I tell you, we just got to continue to bring light to it. There's so many talented kids that's out there in the HBCU world. They just need an opportunity to showcase their talents.
Yeah, definitely. Let's turn our attention back to the defenders. You talked about the support staff, and I recall a couple of seasons ago, you guys had a young lady who was what, director of operations, if I'm not mistaken. That's quite groundbreaking as well. Talk about how the defenders have been on the cutting edge and giving opportunities to minorities.
Yeah, Stacy Johnson. Yeah, she did a great job for us, man, back then, and she's you know created some great value for herself to go on to other places and do other things from that standpoint. I mean, right now, Alexis Smith is our head athletic trainer now. And she's a minority, and I'm excited for her. She's done a great job. She was with us last year, and she's done a great job for us this year, man. And our even our head athletic our head trainer, I mean equipment guy, Kenny. Kenny has done a great job for us over the years. He's had some stints into the NFL as well. So it's not just, again, for the players and the coaches, but from a support staff standpoint. We've had guys that gone back into the NFL from a training standpoint, from video standpoint. to strength and conditioning. We've had guys all go back to the NFL just at all those different positions that's been a part of DC Defenders. And, that's kind of like, man, what we do, man. We try to make sure that we get everybody the opportunity to create value for themselves and then get to where you want to go.
Okay, great. Let's talk about your staff right quick. I did see that Greg Williams' son is now your defensive coordinator. How
Mhm.
special is that to have the old legend Greg Williams and now his son to take over?
Yeah, yeah, very excited for Blake, man. Blake took over for us last year. When I took over as the head coach, like a week and a half before the season started, and his dad, stepped away after week 2, and he took over, man. And I tell you, he's been such a blessing for us to step in. And I'm happy for him to start his own legacy too, from
Right.
that standpoint, because we did a lot of great things last season from a defensive standpoint. We had a lot of great guys, a lot of sacks, a lot of takeaways, and things like that. Our defense was top; it's been top every year. So to have him here, to have him start his own legacy and things of what he's doing, I'm definitely excited for him for sure. And
Yeah.
our other defensive coaches are doing a great job. Vernon Dean, he played alongside of Doug Darrell Green, opposite
Yeah.
side, man,
Yeah.
with those old school Redskin guys, man. Jared Cruzy, a lot of NFL experience over there. And then our offensive side, man, our offensive line coach is beyond amazing. HBCU guy. He played at Hampton. He's coached also with the Browns and at the University of Maryland and the Bengals. So he's done a great job for us. We're blessed to have him. And we got some young coaches too. My assistant quarterback coach, he's an HBCU guy. Our offensive coordinator, Fred Heisman, he's been in a lot of HBCUs throughout his career, man. And then, our receiver coach has done the same thing. So we again, we got a lot of guys that's been tied to HBCUs, and a lot of guys who have a lot of experience. So we're just blessed and excited to have all these guys.
Well, I'm excited as well, man, to see what you're able to do to follow up as the defending champions of the
That's right.
UFL. Before we get you off the line, talk about some of your mentors.
I tell you, man, let me say this. Like when I first coming out of college, right? And my head coach and I that I played for, James Reese, he and I still keep in great contact, with each
Good.
other. And then my offensive coordinator, who's my who I played for, he's been with the Jets the past 7 years now, John Carr. And he taught me so much of the game, man, just as a player. So he's been a really good mentor of mine, like since I've gotten into coaching and things like that. And then Sylvester Croom has been
Yeah. Ooh,
a
good
great
name.
person for me to contact, to get so much information from him. When I did my first internship with the Tennessee Titans back in 2014, and I had a chance to spend training camp with those guys, man. And ever since then, I can pick the phone up and call him, and he'll pick it up right away and give me so much advice from a head coach perspective on how to handle so many different situations. And so it's been a blessing to be able to do that, pick the phone up and call him on so many aspects of not just football sometimes, but just in life. And so, those three guys have meant a lot to me. And then, of course, with Barlow himself, man, he's done a great job for me. And then Rod Reed, man, Rod Reed is
Wow.
definitely, he helped me along the way as a young coach coming into this thing as well. So, I mean, huge shout out to those guys, man. And I'm grateful to have those guys to be a part of, where I've come to now.
Man, you just dropped some great names down. People who have probably, if they hadn't talked about them with you, wouldn't know who they are, but they are very significant people who have been pioneers in coaching.
Yeah, yeah, definitely pioneers, guys who have a lot of sustained success throughout their coaching careers and things like that. So again, you always want to surround yourself with great people. That's for sure. And I've definitely made sure that if this is something I really want to do and have some success doing it, and make this my career to be long, I want to make sure I surround myself with the right guys, and I feel pretty good of the people that I've surrounded myself with, and they understand me and the dynamics of who we are, especially in the realm of where coaching is now today. So, and to be able to pick the phone up and call these guys, it's been such a blessing.
Yeah. Look, Coach, I have to put you out on the line a little bit here, but when they had some of these openings for the HBCUs this past year, I was saying, hey, why not Shannon Harris? What's going on? Why are you guys not considering him? But I know you had committed coming back to the DC Defenders.
Yeah.
Had you had like NFL offers? Anybody willing to be able to bring you on in a offensive capacity there?
Yeah, so not I haven't had many conversations, and haven't really approached anything aggressively from that standpoint as well. Up in the upcoming days, upcoming years, or some whatnot, for all of us, and this, with all of our coaches within the UFL, that's kind of like their main goal to some kind of way get back into that level of coaching, and I feel like something here next season come around, that'll be something that'll come up and approach it more aggressively. But I tell you, man, the UFL has been a great league, and it's a league of opportunity for sure. And to get an opportunity to create some value for yourself, but then you get a chance to coach a good brand of football and compete against some really good other coaches as well. And these players that's in our league is very talented, very competitive, and the league itself is very competitive. So the NFL have benefited from a lot of our guys, just from player standpoint and from coaching standpoint. Like I said before, support staff and everything. So we'll see what the future holds from that, and then go from there.
Danny Garcia and her team have done a tremendous job just kind of stabilizing the UFL. There have been some major changes, some new teams, revised, revamped some names of teams as well here in Houston. They've done away with the Roughnecks and revised and revamped with the Houston Gamblers. And you have Kevin Sumlin taking over there. What's your thoughts about what the leadership is doing to be able to get people still engaged and back trying to support you guys? I know DC, you guys have a great crowd, but other places had been struggling.
Yeah, I tell you, man, like you said, Danny Garcia, and still have the Rock and Mike Rapoli, with Red Bird Capital, and still with Disney and Fox and all that, man. I tell you, one thing, man, Mike Rapoli has done a great job of bringing that new energy, man. It's kind of like, I look at it as myself coming into being a coach last season, right? And just a new energy that sparked these guys. And he has done that tremendously, that new energy within our league, within the UFL. You see him on social media fired up about, what we got going on, to have the new locations and all that stuff. That's been amazing. And he's all in, man. He's rolling his sleeves up, and, putting his boots on and hard hat and getting out here and selling the product, the brand itself as well. And with him being a part of it now, I tell you, that new boost of energy has definitely rubbed off on with fans and everyone throughout the nation to make sure that you're paying attention to UFL football. So we're excited for that part from him. And we can't wait to see how this thing come out, man. He's always had success in everything he's done and touched, so we're looking forward to do the same thing within the UFL.
Yeah, Coach, aren't you an old quarterback yourself?
Yeah, I played quarterback myself, man, at Tennessee State, and had some success. And these guys here that we get to coach every day, man, get to work with every day, our quarterback room. These guys do a great job as well. They make my job easy, that's for sure.
Do you think that's why Jordan Tamu has been so successful? You understanding the role and the position of the quarterback?
Yeah, well, a lot of it's just him. He's done a great job. I mean, one, he's very talented, and then two, he's a polished quarterback, man. But, when we first got a chance to get him on our roster, back in 2023, just to study a lot of his film. He had a lot of success within the USFL and the XFL.
Mhm.
Like I said, when he played for St. Louis before. But the biggest thing for me when he got with us is just to help him continue to develop his skill set as a passer, understanding the true dynamics of what the offense will look like in the NFL. And we've adjusted and adapted every year, and we've had a lot of success with him every season. To be, this is our fourth season together, and to have played in the championship game 2 out of the last 3 seasons, and then to win it last year, I tell you, this speaks a lot of volume for him, and how he able to handle himself, man, and do the things he's able to do with us. So, I don't want to take no credit for it, man. I tell you, it's all him. He do a great job, man, and we definitely are grateful to have him back.
Yeah, man, I think that really helped you guys out to have a stable person at the quarterback position who's playing it at a higher level. And he came up a little short that first time, but I think he learned a lot throughout the next 2 seasons and got you guys to the championship game. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. This young man over my shoulder, Doug Williams, talk about do you have any admiration and relationship with Doug?
No personal relationship, but I tell you, I admire him a lot, man. I tell you, to have watched him play, and do see the things he did in college, and then to what he did in pro football. Coach Dean, our defensive back coach, played with Doug Williams, and they were all teammates. So we had an opportunity to go watch them practice, and just to be around them, to have conversations with him and all those things. Love to get a chance to sit and talk more with him. Just from a quarterback perspective, just from a business perspective, all those type of things, and what he brings to not just the NFL, but now what he's doing, like you said earlier, in the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and what they have going there, man, and to just a lot that he's done and accomplished over his life, but what he's trying to do for to help others create that value for themselves. Yeah, man, Doug has been definitely inspirational for me, and so yeah, he's done nothing but great things for us, man. And beyond grateful for him, because he's paved the way for us, no doubt. Steve McNair's, was one of those other guys, man, and
Yeah.
once was a great friend of mine. So,
Oh, wow.
who really got me into playing quarterback. I've had brothers and,
Really?
and things like that to play with him, and so to see those guys to do the things they've done, in HBCU football and SWAC football, that made me want to, go to HBCU, to be honest. And so I had scholarship offer to go to other schools, but in Tennessee State gave me that offer. I mean, I jumped right on it. So all because of these guys, all because of those guys. So definitely beyond grateful for that.
Yeah, yeah. You guys battled in the OVC when you were at Tennessee State, and a lot of people have been trying to recruit Tennessee State to either the SWAC or come to the
Hmm.
meet. You hear that every year.
Hmm.
Do you think that would be something of an advantage for Tennessee State if they were able to have more HBCU interaction? Because I know they've scheduled, I think Coach Barlow intentionally has scheduled more HBCU teams this season.
Yeah, they've intentionally did it for sure, and I do believe that it'll be a positive for the university. I mean, because you get a chance to, nothing against the other schools in other conference, but again, when you play in those schools, man, the HBCU schools, I mean, we went up to Howard and played them for their homecoming, just the showing from our fans that went
Yeah.
there to DC was amazing, man. It was like we took over the city of DC. But you see the crowd grow, and you see all those people come in there, the tailgate, man. You know how it is with the barbecue and the grills and all that stuff, the smoke
Yeah,
everywhere. The
right.
fan attendance, I know, would go up for sure. But I think this university itself will benefit from it. I'm hoping one day that we get into the SWAC or MEAC or whatever it may be. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it comes to existence for sure real soon, and I love to see that, and I love to be in attendance for it for sure.
Yeah. Will you return to Tennessee State, or will you keep that option open after the season?
Right. No, I won't return back there this off season. For us within the UFL, I have a lot of other obligations that I have to maintain within the UFL itself. But I'll be there for games and to hear however it may come, and be in full support for Coach Barlow and for my school.
All right. Well, look, Coach, I'm proud of you. Congratulations for the success that you guys have been able to accomplish, especially you personally. Uh, Coming up, I think you guys just kicked off the practices, right? And now
Yeah.
you guys in full throes, getting in preparation to be able to go to kickoff in March. Talk about what the fans need to expect from the DC Defenders in 2026.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just finished our third practice today. We put the shells on today, man, and got a little pop out there, man, and made it a little physical. So we
Yeah.
thudded up a little bit, and so it was great to see our guys get out there and take care of one another, and the way we practice. But yeah, going forward, man, nothing short of what we done last season. We're gonna make sure that we give our best, and for our fans, man, we're gonna go out there and play our best and play hard, and give them a good showing. They can expect some tough physical football, some violent football, and that's our brand, and that's how we play. And we don't plan on stopping from there.
All right. Well, Coach, I always tell people this. Once you're a guest here at HBCU Legends, you're like family, like Bernie Mac. You're family now. You can't get
Family
rid
now,
of
right?
this.
No doubt. I appreciate it, man. And shout out to my man Chris Dish out there at Texas Southern. Him and my man out there, the offensive coordinator, man, Steve Smith. Those are my
Smith,
boys, man.
yes.
Yeah, so those are my guys, man. So shout out to those guys, man. And I'm always grateful for them too. So great friends.
Yeah. I think Coach Dishman has a chip on his shoulder seeing the success up there in PV. Those
Yeah.
Texas Southern Tigers going to bring it this season, man.
Yeah, PV, man. I'm very excited for what Coach Jackson did out there, man. That guy there came in and did the things he did. All those guys that's in the SWAC, and even over in the MEAC, man. I'm very proud of all of them. So, and even some of these great coaches in the SEAC and the CIAA and all that stuff,
Yeah.
man. So,
Yeah.
some really good coaches coming into the leagues now. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna see how
Coach
it pan out.
Flowers. Man,
Yeah, yeah,
he did a
yeah.
great job,
So,
man.
no doubt, man. So I'm keeping up with all of it for sure.
Yeah. Last thing, man, and this is on a personal note for me. Morehouse College just hired Brad Sherrod as
hmm
their new head football coach. Do you know Coach Sherrod at
Yeah, great
any
friend,
point?
man. Great friend. And man, I tell you, that country better watch out because he's a great one. He's a really good football coach, very smart, very knowledgeable. He and I had an opportunity to work together before, and everywhere he's been, he's had a lot of success. He know how to coach the game of football, and I'm happy for him to be out there now. So yeah,
Yeah.
hey, watch out for him. Watch out
Yeah.
for him.
Just I saw what he did with Texas Wesleyan, right?
Yeah,
And just his presence, and because I'm a Morehouse guy, we want to see a winner to
yeah,
return
yeah, yeah.
to what's happening in Atlanta. But man, at the house, we've been struggling for such a long, long time. You think we got a good one?
You got a great one.
All right.
You got
That's
a
what I
great one,
want to
man.
hear.
Those are my words. You got a great football coach there.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Coach Shannon Harris, DC Defenders, you guys are going to defend the title for the UFL this upcoming season. Coach, I wish you guys well, and I hope I can be able to connect with you. Are you guys playing the Gamblers this year here in Houston or at your location?
I think it'll be at our location this year.
Okay. Hopefully I
Yeah.
can be able to make the trip to
Hey,
come
that'd be
there
great,
and
man.
be able to
That'd be
meet
great.
you.
Love to have you, brother. Thanks a lot,
All
man.
right. I'm Kyle T. Mosley of HBCU Legends. That's Coach Shannon Harris. Coach, tell everybody how they can find you out there on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, I mean, with us right now, man, right now I'm on Instagram and at Coach Shannon Harris _9 on Instagram. You can find me there, and then you can pull us up on UFL pages and all that stuff, and find us there as well. So, yeah, look us up, man. And you see me, you see everyone else part of what our program is, and can't wait to showcase what we're capable of doing.
All right. Go ahead and support the DC Defenders, guys. And we have a great HBCU talent in Coach Harris there, but also you heard them. They have great staff support for HBCUs as well as people in their administration. I'm Kyle Timos, their HBCU Legends. Go to HBCU Legends on all social media platforms, and you can follow me at KTMOZE, and you can check out our SI columns on SI.com. Kyle T. Mosley, Coach Shannon Harris. Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having us, man. And best of luck throughout the rest of it. And I'm a huge fan of you guys too, man. So much success with everything.
Thank you, man. And I'm very proud of you.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
Take care. Have a great one. We'll be looking out for you. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Bye.